First of all, I apologize for my voice and the way I sound because I have a horrible cold going on right now. I woke up with it this morning, but I had already decided I wanted to film this today, so we're just going to deal with it. I decided I wanted to do a video on ways to save money on a Disney vacation. I know that a lot of these, so no, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of these tips will not work for everybody. Some people would rather spend the money to do things than to not. But like I said, this is not fact, or it is fact, but it's just things that I have seen and done that have worked over the years, or ways that I know of to save money. And I'm sure there are a bazillion other ways. I'm sure that, I'm missing a lot, but this is just what I came up with for this video. I apologize if I keep looking down. I have a bunch of notes going on down here. So we're just going to get right into it. The first thing, in my opinion, is figuring out where you're going to stay. I know that a lot of people that go to Disney are set on staying on property, and that's fine. There are ways to save money by staying on property. You could, stay at a value resort. You can go during like a free dining plan time, free dining plan time, which basically now means that you're eating the majority of your meals for free. There's perks to staying on property. You do not need a car because you can rely on their transportation. There's definitely perks. However, staying off property can be very beneficial if you're trying to save money, in my opinion. I've done both. I do enjoy staying on property. I do not enjoy relying on Disney's transportation. There has been plenty of time where we're waiting forever to get a bus to, one of the parks or home from the parks or from park to park, and it can just be a pain. The next time I go, I am staying off property again. We did get a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom townhouse for, I think our total is $637, and that is from a Monday to a Monday. So for a full week, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, sleeps 10 people, I believe. And yeah, I think that's a great deal. Besides the fact that now if you're staying off property, you have a full kitchen. So what we like to do is go to Walmart or Target or wherever when we get there, get food, and we will eat breakfast at home, which will save us the money of eating at Disney or, having to spend the money on breakfast every morning regardless of where we're going. And we do keep it simple. I mean, we'll do like bagels, cereal, easy, quick, Pop-Tarts, like grab something and go sort of thing. But we have that benefit of the full kitchen, which you don't have if you're staying on property. I believe some of their bigger suites do, but now you're spending even more money. Like if you're in a value resort, you don't have a kitchen in your room. You just don't. You have a mini fridge and I think a coffee maker, maybe a microwave, but I'm not even positive on that. And I just stayed there in March and I can't even remember. So there's definitely the perks of both, but in my opinion, if you're trying to save money, staying off property is the way to go. The other thing you have to look at is how you're going to get there. There's flying, which is obviously the easiest way to go. I've flown there a lot. I was going to say hundreds of times, but that's not true because I haven't even been there 100 times. But a lot. I've flown a lot. One tip and trick for flying is if you want to fly Spirit Airlines, which I know is not the best airline out there. However, they do have a 0 rate for accidents. Like they've never had an accident, which makes me feel better. But it is like low budget flying. Like you're not getting any perks out of it. The seats are small. But at least for me, it takes about an hour and a half to fly from my airport to Orlando. Whatever. I'm getting there. Whatever. But a tip with Spirit is that if you actually go into the airport, and Spirit's the only airline that I know of that does this, you can buy tickets in the airport, and sometimes it's much cheaper. I know last summer, my mom and stepdad were flying up from Key West, and I bought their tickets as a gift to them. I had looked online, and it was somewhere around $350 maybe round trip. And I went into the airport and spoke to Spirit, and I got 2 round-trip tickets from Fort Lauderdale to New Jersey for $161 total. Not each, total for the both of them. So just in that, you can save a lot of money going that way. It doesn't always work. Like if it's around a holiday or a busy travel time, you're probably not going to get that good of a discount. But if it's the off-season or if, a time where not a lot of people are traveling, you might. It's worth it to me to at least try. So there's that option. There's also the option of driving, which I've done. I hate. It's not fun to be in a car for 2 days. However, it's probably the cheapest option, at least for me, where I live. It takes us about, I'm going to say, the last time we drove was in October. Going down was horrible because there was flooding in South Carolina, so we had like a 3-hour detour both ways. It was horrible. But coming home, we left Disney at, I want to say, about 6 a.m. and pulled into my driveway in New Jersey around 10 o'clock at night. It's really not bad. But, you know, driving is driving. And even if you like to drive, like I love to drive, but about 6 hours in, I'm like, this is horrible and I never want to do this again. And I always say it every time and I still end up doing it again, but whatever. There's also the option of the train, which can sometimes be cheaper. The train is Amtrak, I think. It does get you to Orlando. However, you are about, I've never done it, but I looked it up, and you're about 20 minutes from the airport, which is about 30 minutes from Disney. They did say that a cab from the train to the airport is about $20 or $30. Uber's a little cheaper. And I believe there's a bus that runs too that's really cheap. I don't think I would try the bus. That's just, I'd be worried, you know, like, I don't know, because there's connections, and I don't know Orlando like that, so I just wouldn't mess with that, but that's my opinion. So yeah, there's the options of how to get there. If you drive, obviously you have your car. That's a plus. You do have to pay for parking every day if you're not staying on property. It's $20. If you are staying on property, you can still drive your car and not pay for parking because they'll scan your Magic Band or your ticket or whatever, and then you don't have to pay for parking because they know you're staying on property. If you're staying off property, it is $20 a day to park. Somebody told me once that you could park at Disney Springs and like take a shuttle for free, and it's free parking at Disney Springs. I've never done it. I just feel like it would take too much time, and like who at the end of a long day at Disney wants to have to get on a shuttle to Disney Springs to get your car to drive? Like, it's too much. Just take the $20, whatever. But if you're really looking to save money, you could look into that. Like I said, I've never done it. I have heard of it, but whatever. There was something else I wanted to say about driving. Oh, if you're going to fly, most airlines charge you to check bags, whereas obviously if you're driving, you don't have to worry about that. It's your car, whatever you can fit in your car pretty much, you're bringing with you. And on the train, you do not have to pay for checked luggage. I believe you get 2 bags per person for free. I think they have to weigh like 40 or 50 pounds each, something similar to when you fly, but they're free. There's also things you can buy before you even go, which is a big part to me. Is like packing smart, like avoiding buying things that are just going to be more pricey in Disney World. Like I said, if you're staying off property, if you have your own car, you know, you can run to stores off of Disney property and spend a lot less. But like the ponchos you can get at the dollar store, you don't have to buy them in Disney World. You can get ears. That was a big one for me. Ears off of Amazon. I brought them down here. Oh, here they are. I'll be the first to admit they're not as nice. These are ears that I bought in Disney World. As you can see, they're mini. They're very, very sparkly, very cute. These retailed for, I want to say, $20. I'll even put them on so you guys can see what they look like on. I will say this. These hurt your head. This here is so tight right now. I can't. Like, I'll put them on for pictures, but it's not staying on my head all day because it physically hurts. I did it a few times, like where I just left them on for as long as I could, and I made it a few hours, and it just freaking hurts. And these are 20. And like I said, they're very pretty, and if you're like me, you're only really going to wear them for pictures. I had bought in these for children we were with, like my nieces. They were not a fan because, again, this is very, very tight in here on your head, which is good in the sense that if you're on a fast ride, they're not going to fly off. You're good to go, but it hurts. Like, it starts to give a headache, whatever. These I bought on Amazon for roughly $3 or $4, I want to say. Obviously, not as better quality. Not as good quality. You know, they're like felt. There's no sparkles. They have the little mini bow. These do not hurt my head at all. I wore these the last time I went. Me and Sam wore our ears pretty much all day. I forgot they were even on my head. They just didn't hurt. They were good to go. I will say, because they're not as tight, like in here, as you can see, there's a lot of like leeway. I almost lost them on Big Thunder Mountain, but, you know, my own fault. I probably should have taken them off before. So yeah, 2 options for ears, $20-something in the park, or less than $5 on Amazon. Now, if you have a little kid that's like needs this and just needs it, fine, spend your $20. But if they're like my nieces, they're not going to wear it all day long. Even this one, like I've gotten them these. They didn't wear them all day long. They wore them for like an hour, and then they're like, "Can I take this off?" And then they'd put it on for pictures for me because I'd be like, "Can you please put your ears on so we can get a picture with Minnie? Thank you." But if they're not even going to wear it all day, like less than $5. Seriously, just whatever. Like, you can't go wrong there. Like the difference is ridiculous. And like I said, it's obvious the quality's not as good. But who cares? Especially the little kids. Like, in my opinion, at least with the kids I have, like, ears are ears. Like, they don't care where it came from. It's the same thing, like, with the glow necklaces, like, that they sell at night. I don't have any to show you. I apologize. But, like, there's glow necklaces they sell at night at Disney. I want to say at Disney, they're at least $5 each. You can get them at the dollar store. You can get a pack of 3 at the dollar store for $1. I buy a pack or 2. I throw them in my bag. You know, the lights go out. The parade's ready to start. I pull them out. I break them. Here you go. They don't care. They don't care where it came from. They just want it because every other kid wants it. It's not like it's something they need and, you know, are going to save for the rest of their lives. It's going to end up in the trash in a couple hours. So why spend the money? The same thing, you can actually get really, really, really nice autograph books on Amazon for roughly in between $5 and $10. To buy a book in Disney World, again, is about $20, and they get you because, you know, you're in the park, you're seeing characters, shit, you forgot to buy an autograph book. So now you're spending $20 on the Disney one that comes with a pen, which is very convenient, don't get me wrong, but just remember to pack a pen, and remember to pack a pen that's, like, big, like a jumbo, like a fat pen, because the characters that are in costume with, like, hands, like Mickey, Minnie, they have a very hard time holding skinny pens, so the bigger the better for them. And the ones that are, you know, like princesses and not face characters, there's the word, they can use whatever, they don't care, but, you know, obviously, so that's a big one. Something else that you can avoid, so yeah, you can order the autograph books on Amazon, you can get the things in the dollar store, you can get the ears on Amazon. I did another video on, like, the top 10 things you would pack, but, like, gum, batteries, sunscreen, antibacterial hand stuff, like just things that you may need and that they have in Disney World, but you're going to pay 10 times more. So why not just bring it with you if you can? There's also, and I've never actually, well, no, I have been in the Target there. I just didn't notice down there. But there's a Walmart near Disney World. I think there's 2, but I feel like we always go to the same one. And they have a humongous section that is Disney. Like they have pens, cups, stuffed animals, beach towels, clothing. And it is a hell of a lot cheaper there than it is in the park. They don't have everything, and some things do look cheesy, like, oh, you bought that at Walmart. But I have bought some things there for way less. I've bought in a keychain, a coffee mug. I bought, like, cute little boxer shorts that were red that had mini ears on them, like, for so much cheaper than I could ever find in the park. So if you have access to a car and you can go off-site, or if you want to take a cab, Uber it to Walmart, whatever, Walmart is not that far, and they have so much there that's Disney-themed. Another thing you can do is get a stroller at Walmart. I know that, like, when I went last time in October, my nephew was 4. He was past the point of using a stroller, like, in everyday life. Like, if my sister's like, oh, let's go to the zoo, or let's go to the playground, or, you know, let's go to the store, she doesn't use a stroller. He's 4. Well, no, he's 5, but he was 4. However, you know, at Disney, you are walking for a long time. I mean, my youngest niece right now is almost 7 years old. She'll be 7 in December. And if we were going to leave for Disney tomorrow, I'd have a stroller for her. And she doesn't use one, but it's Disney. Like, I know that I was told by somebody that works there that if you walk around the lake one time at Epcot, it's the equivalent of walking 2 miles. And that's a long way. Like, I wish somebody would push me in a freaking stroller at Disney. So whatever. But rather than packing a big stroller, we're renting Disney strollers, which are ridiculous. I want to say it's like $30 a day to rent a stroller. We usually go to Walmart and buy an umbrella, like a little cheap umbrella stroller for $20, use it for the week, and then, you know, leave it in the condo, in the hotel room, donate it to the front desk wherever you're staying for the next person staying. There's also a Facebook group called Walt Disney World, Disney Recycle, Reuse, and Regift. And it's, anybody can join it, and you can basically, like, put up a post, hey, we're leaving today and we have a stroller, you know, if you want it, this is where it's at, so that other people can use it. It's also worth it with the day you get there, if before you go to Walmart and buy the stroller, to check the group or even to put up a post like looking for a stroller, because someone in the group might be like, hey, we're leaving tonight, you want our stroller? And then you just got a free stroller. And, you know, obviously if you're getting it for free and it's the group, then when you're done, put up a post, re-gift it again, like keep it moving, you know, good karma and all that stuff. Other ways to save money that I have. I do not do the dining plan. I know a lot of people swear by it. I think it's a huge waste of money. In my opinion, you know, and if you don't know how the dining plan works, there is different tiers, but you're basically paying, like a set amount of money. You pay ahead of time and you get so many credits, And each restaurant, a meal is a credit. Some to go eat to are like 2 credits. But I've done it twice. I've done it twice. And every time on the last day, we still have all these credits. We end up spending it on stupid crap, like candy, to take home with us, which is great and all, but like, do you really need it? No, you don't. And I just feel like it's a waste of money. And the other thing is, I feel like I like to eat on vacation. I'm a big fan of food at all times, but I don't feel like I eat enough to justify the dining plan. I just don't. Like, there's a lot of times we would go out to eat, and, you know, I've already had snacks and whatnot, and now we're sitting down at dinner, and I'd be perfectly happy with just an appetizer, but it's like we paid for the dining plan, so let me get a whole meal. I don't end up eating the whole thing, and I just feel like it's a waste, at least for me. I mean, you know your kids, you know your family, you know yourself. If you're going to eat a full meal 3 times a day, look into it. It might be good for you, but for me, it's not. I also don't do park hopper, which I know a lot of other people swear by that too. I shouldn't say I don't do it. Like, back in March, I went to Disney for one day with Sam on our way to Key West. We bought a 1-day ticket. We went to Magic Kingdom. It had been years since I had been at Disney without children, like with just another adult. I wish we would have got the park hopper, because by, I want to say 4 or 5 o'clock that day, we had done everything we wanted to do in Magic Kingdom, and we were starting to redo things, which was fine. There was a lot of rides, like we did Buzz Lightyear again. We did, you know, Splash Mountain, Pirates. We did Big Thunder Mountain like 5 times that day, which was great. We had a blast. However, it would have also been nice to have that park hopper and be able to say, hey, like, okay, we did everything here. Like, let's run over to Hollywood Studios and do like 2 or 3 rides there. Then we'll go to Epcot and do Soarin' and Test Track. Then we'll come back here and see fireworks. Like, that would have been really cool. And if I'm ever in a position again where I'm going with just another adult like that, I would do it. With kids, however, I would never. The time it takes to get children to leave the park, get in line, get on the shuttle, get off the shuttle, get back in line, go through security, get into another park. Like, I feel like you just wasted so much time. It's inevitable that at some point from the time you leave one park and get to the next park, that someone's got to pay. That's always the way it goes. I'm sorry, I'm sick. That someone's going to have to pay, because that's always the way it goes. I mean, it's a headache to me. To me, it's so much easier to be like, today we're doing Magic Kingdom, and that is what we're doing. We'll be here from open, well, not till open, not close, but you know, we'll be here from the morning till the night. We'll do everything you want to do. If you are, you know, are at a point where it's getting later in the day and you've done a lot of what you want to do and there isn't much left, you know, you can kind of slow down. You can stop and take in the sights. You can stop and eat. You don't have to rush. I just like it. Now, this is me speaking, whereas the most I've ever been in the parks with kids is 5 days. We always do 5 days with the kids. We do Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and then we go back to Magic Kingdom the final day. We always start it in with Magic Kingdom and do the other 3 in between. And that's simply because I feel like Magic Kingdom has the most, and they have the most fun there, at least the kids. So yeah, in my opinion, park hopping with children is just not worth it if you're going to be there for 5 days. Now, obviously, if you only have 3 days, sure, combine 2 parks. If you have 2 weeks, sure, go crazy, do whatever. But if you're like me and you're doing a basic average week-long vacation and you're buying a 5-day ticket, I just don't see the point in it, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, do your reservations those days, you know, and that's just my opinion. Another tip I have, if you can get off property or if you can get food delivered and you have a case of water, is to freeze waters and let them freeze overnight and take frozen water with you into the park in the morning. Throw a few in your bag. They defrost pretty quickly because you are in Disney, Florida, heat, you know, so it usually takes them about an hour until they really start to defrost. And then you have cold water. You can go up to any place, any quick service, anywhere in the park and ask for a cup of water, a cup, not a bottle, a cup, and it will be free. I don't know if it's just me. Florida water tastes weird. Very weird. And it's not all of Florida, because my mother lives in Key West, and I don't think the water down there tastes funky, but the water in Orlando does. It tastes very, very funky to me. I just can't. And I'm not even picky with water. Like, I drink tap water all the time at home, but the Florida water tastes weird, and that's all there is to it. So if you're like me and you don't want to drink the tap water, pack some water bottles, because it's going to save you some money in the long run. I even sometimes with the kids will pack like those little like powder stuff that you can like put in the water and shake it up and make it like a flavor. You know, like they sell like the Kool-Aid and all different ones. They sell ones that are like liquid now. I can't think of what they're called, but you know what I mean. Just because, I mean, the kids like water, but they're not going to want to drink water all day because they're kids. And I don't expect them to. I mean, when we sit down to eat, we get something to eat. But like I said, we do breakfast at home. So now if we have water, it's one less thing that we have to like, oh, I'm thirsty. Well, here's your water. Like, it's one less thing I have to stop for, waste time, waste money on buying water because I have it. I also think it's very beneficial to know the menus at Disney World. If you download Disney's official app, you can look at a menu for every place they have. You can look them up online. You can literally go on Google and type in Magic Kingdom menus, and you will find thousands of sites that list the menus, and you can go in and look at everything, look at the prices, look at everything they have, and I think that it is so smart to know that before you go. For example, there's a place in Magic Kingdom, Tomorrowland, Cosmic Rays, and we go for lunch there a lot. And at Cosmic Rays, you can get half a rotisserie chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans, like this whole humongous meal for like $9. And if you're like me and you're not a huge eater, and I always say that, but it's not that I'm not a big eater, it's just that when I'm on vacation especially, like, I end up snacking so much. Like, I'm so much more of a, oh, I want like the Rice Krispie treat, I want ice cream, I want this, I want that, because I'm on vacation. And then I sit down for a meal and I'm like, oh, I'm never going to eat all this. So, you know, if you're like me and you do that, or if you're not a big eater, now you have half of a chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Like, and if you're with someone else like that, you can split that meal for $9 and each have a big meal. There's so many places there that, you know, have desserts for under $5. You can get a whole sundae in Magic Kingdom for under $5 if you know where to go. And I believe it's Storybook or Storytime Treats in Fantasyland. Like a whole banana split sundae for like $4.99. You know, when you're in the countries in Epcot, there's so many little places, you know, that have snacks for less money. And it's just very, very smart and very, very beneficial to take the time and, you know, go online, look at menus, get the app, look at menus, and know what you're doing. And, I mean, obviously you can't plan down to the minute. Like, it's very easy to sit here and be like, okay, next time we go, like, we're going to do breakfast at home. We'll do Cosmic Rays at 1 o'clock. We'll do Be Our Guest for dinner. We'll do this for dessert. And you can't really, at least for me personally, like, plan that diligently. But at least when you get there and yourself or somebody you're with or your kids are like, I'm hungry, you have some idea and you're not like, oh, well, let's see what they have. Like, at least you have a little bit of an idea, like, okay, on Main Street we can go to the baseball place and get hot dogs, or we could go to Cosmic Rays, they have a bigger assortment. Or, you know, we could just grab a hot dog or fruit at this cart over here. Like, at least you have somewhat of a idea of what you're looking for and what they have. And I feel like that's very, very smart and beneficial to your trip and to everybody with you, especially kids, because I feel like kids, unlike adults, don't say they're hungry until they're starving, blood sugar's dropping, meltdowns are happening, and it's just good to know, especially if you know your kid, where they have what and what it is and how much it's going to cost you, and that's all there is to it. Another thing for little girls is I know that Disney does the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique or whatever, where they'll dress them up as princesses and do their hair and makeup, and I'm sure it's a lovely experience. They did not have it when I was little, so I never did it. My nieces have never done it. I know friends whose children have done it. I think that this is outrageously priced. You can go to Walmart, Target, a Disney store at home, order online, and get your child the dress that they want, the princess they want. You could probably get multiple so they could dress up every day if you wanted to. And I just feel like it's so much nicer because, I don't know, like, first of all, they're at Disney World. Do they need their hair done and all that hairspray and all that makeup on? Like, to me, that's just not comfortable. Besides the fact that some of these dresses that they have at Disney are, they just look so, I felt them in the stores, like they're so heavy, or they have like the longer sleeves or the little high heels, and it's like you're at an amusement park. Like, if you buy it yourself, you know, you can fix it. You could cut the sleeves, make them shorter, do whatever you want. Buy the summer version of the outfit and do it that way. Dress up your kid at home, because I feel like, yes, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure it's a wonderful experience. You could take your kid before you leave to your local place and get them a pedicure, and they're going to be just as happy. Get their nails done, get their toes done, treat them that way. It's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper, and they're going to be just as happy. And honestly, when kids are in the parks and see other little girls dressed up, at least for my nieces, it's not about like, oh, I want to do what she did, I want my hair and makeup done. It's just, I want to wear a dress because she's wearing a dress, and I want to be a princess too. And we're at Disney World, so I want to dress up like a princess. And I feel like, what's the difference if they're doing that in a salon, which is also not only costing you money, but costing you a lot of time because you're going to be there for at least an hour, if not more. I guarantee it's probably more. And for what? And they say, oh, well, they get a princess photo shoot too. Okay, well, you can take pictures of your kids. You can buy a memory maker for $150 and get all the pictures of them with the princesses. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just my opinion. If it's something that you have your heart set on doing for your daughter or child or niece or whatever, go for it. I just personally wouldn't spend the money on it. I think it's so much smarter to just, tomorrow's Halloween. It's October 30th. So, like, to go look, the day after Halloween or near Halloween and find them for cheaper. Look online. Look wherever. Ask friends. Even if they already have it and it's in their dress-up clothes, like, and just take that with you and let them dress up that way. Like, it just seems so much smarter to me. I'm trying to think if that was everything I had to say because that was everything I wrote down. But yeah, I could probably do a part 2 to this video. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time because my throat's starting to hurt. So I don't want to overwhelm anybody with information, and I know nobody wants to listen to me talk this long. So if I come up with some more, I'll try to do a part 2. I hope that this video at least helped you a little bit, if not a lot. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next Disney video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.